One of the most common questions that continues to be asked to Robinhood is, of course, when the heck are we going to have the ability to send and receive Dogecoin directly on the Robinhood app? And as the rollouts have continued on with the early Dogecoin wallets going to some of the people who signed up first on the list, that has shown us that Robinhood is now at capacity and ready to release the wallets. But if they're at capacity, if they have the ability to release the wallets, what the heck are they waiting for? Why didn't they already release them? Why haven't the wallets already come out? What's the deal with that? Is there some big master plan that's been in the works that Robinhood is about to go forward with? That's the question we're going to be looking at right now, and the answer is absolutely, I think there's a huge chance that the answer is yes here. As you come into live, take a second to press that like button. Obviously, one like equals one new individual coming into live, so it definitely does help a lot to be pressing it as much as possible. As we see, take a look at this. Robinhood, the little guy right there, then the Dogecoin dude. Obviously, with the Super Bowl only a matter of days away, there's a lot of rumors that have been stirring around. We even had a few articles coming out about a potential Robinhood Dogecoin commercial. But here is what could be the very thing that has caused Robinhood to wait this long to announce the loss. Robinhood last year actually decided to do this. Take a look. They decided to do an actual Super Bowl commercial. Now, in that commercial, there was no mention of Dogecoin, unfortunately, but there was a dog in the commercial, which was somewhat cool. But we obviously want to see more than that. We want to see Robinhood taking that to the next level. And a lot of these rumors, a lot of the people who were talking about this commercial ahead of time did not even know anything about it before it got released. And this time, we have that same veil of secrecy around a potential Robinhood Super Bowl commercial. But the exciting thing here is that Robinhood has one of the biggest opportunities perhaps ever when it comes to an exchange to get a huge amount of publicity, and that will be a potential, get ready for it, a potential Robinhood Dogecoin wallet announcement live during a Super Bowl commercial. The Super Bowl will be watched by tens of millions of people, hundreds of millions of people even after when it comes to some of those commercials. So huge amounts of eyes will be on it, huge amounts of people watching. So if Robinhood decides, and they have been planning this for a while potentially, to do the announcement for Dogecoin wallets and wallets more broadly on their platform, if they do that during the actual Super Bowl commercial, that will be a massive publicity event that could absolutely send Dogecoin prices skyrocketing, even as we watch before our very eyes as it happens, as everyone rushes to their wallet at the same time, millions and millions of people to try to spend and receive Doge, some of them buying for the first time. Robinhood also may announce some sort of partnership, some sort of company integration. Now, I will say what I'm talking about right now is based on theory. This is something that I think just makes too much sense for them to do. If they don't do this, it will be a massive missed opportunity, especially considering that they have paid out the money, approximately $10 or so million is how much it costs to do Super Bowl commercials in the past. Obviously, it makes sense to do it this time and to do it the right way by actually including Dogecoin, something that we've been talking about for a really long time now. Did you peg a C? Matt, it's huge. Did you look at it? PGX? No, I have not checked that out yet. That's an interesting name, though. It sounds kind of like Pegasus. Never heard of that before. If you just came into live, though, take a second to press like. You can see we're back in the beautiful studio, which means we have our wonderful flashing light in the background. Where the heck were you all this time, my wonderful flashing light? That sounded weird, didn't it? It sounded like a play or something. They don't... Yeah. They are known for missing opportunities, says Doge SGT. Now, unfortunately, that is true. They have missed a number of huge marketing opportunities in the past, but this year, they really are starting to understand how important it is, Dogecoin, to their platform. They really need Dogecoin to be successful if Robinhood wants to pull themselves back out of the place that they've crawled into price-wise. Take a look at the Robinhood stock. It really is not a pretty picture, as Robinhood stock is down massively compared to its all-time high, and that wouldn't necessarily be a problem if it was a crypto, because we're used to seeing big upward swings and downward swings in crypto. But for a stock, that's relatively unprecedented, especially a stock in the financial sector, to see it falling all the way that far. A huge, massive drop. Now it's at around $13.91. They really need Dogecoin energy to be able to send that stock price going up again and put themselves as a company back on the right track. Wallets are obviously a good first step, but they're going to need a lot more than just wallets. even more beyond that. Dogecoin is currently, yes, at approximately 15 cents, but we also have some positive articles that are coming out about Dogecoin right now. Take a look at this article right here, coming in from FX Street. Dogecoin price to dodge a sell-off and target 25 cents. So this is another optimistic article coming in from FX Street, basically showing the pattern that is forming here, as we have seen Dogecoin being relatively stagnant, especially in the last few months. And with that, it's building up a nice floor to launch off of. That's one of the most underrated things in all of crypto. Having a floor is exactly what you need in order to actually have major launches from that. And Matt, pay him to rap about Doge, says Nick Studio. Actually, there was a funny story. I'll mention it real quick here about someone who tried to hide 25,000 Bitcoin, 25,000 Bitcoin. Take a look at this. This is the woman, her and her boyfriend. Her name is Heather Morgan. She tried to steal one of the largest amounts of Bitcoin ever recorded. And of course, despite all of the efforts, despite all of the different backends they use and all of the weird, untraceable, in theory, ways that they tried to hide this money, they were unable to. The government able to catch up to them, find out exactly who they are, and now they are going to jail. They are facing serious consequences here. Now, obviously, you have to say allegedly, typically speaking, for stuff like this, even though it doesn't really matter that much. But, I mean, basically, it's just crazy. And she has been posting rap videos. This woman who stole huge amounts of money with her boyfriend, she's been posting rap videos that are just absolutely terrible. I mean, in this video, she's posting herself in a cat costume like this with a tiger mask, and just very awkward rapping, not a style I've ever really heard before. And it seems like the type of person who really genuinely believes that she's an incredible rapper. She thinks that she has the ability to be one of the top ones out there, but everyone else is like, no, not even close. I would play it here on the live, but there's two reasons why I'm not going to. Number one, I have no idea if that's a copyright song or not, if she is actually capable of copyrighting it. Then number two, it's just something I don't want to burden your ears with. I'm not an evil person. I couldn't do something like that to you. I couldn't possibly play a song that terrible on the live here, but it is actually somewhat promising that the government is able to stop crime at a high level, because that's going to discourage the bad guys and encourage the positive uses of crypto, which are as an actual currency. That's obviously the good thing there. Now, there are some use cases and some cases where we don't want to see the government tracking it, and that is a little bit of a gray area, because we have to find some balance between the government being able to stop criminals and also the government being able to stay the heck out of our business, right? FTX is away some BTC at the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, that's true. FTX as well is giving away BTC at the Super Bowl, which is actually a really big deal. That's going to be a huge catalyst for bringing investors in. Now, is it going to cause a spike directly? That is obviously really tough to tell for sure, but at the very least, it's going to expand the base of crypto massively and create the groundwork for the next catalyst to actually create much bigger spikes. The more wallets you have, the bigger the runs can be, and the stronger they can hold. You need more and more and more. They have to keep growing. Roderick says, roaster. We have to take the roast session to the next level here. Actually, you know what? Should we go ahead and pull out the roast music here and commence an official roast of this lady? I guess perhaps that's exactly what we need to do here. Let me go ahead and pull up the roast music, and we shall commence the roast, get it underway. Look at this. We have this lady here who believes she's the top dog, the best rapper in the world. Well, perhaps she's the best rapper when it comes to wrapping meals at a fast food restaurant, which is the only place that she's going to be able to work after getting out of jail here, after her reputation has been absolutely tarnished. No offense if you do happen to work at a fast food restaurant. You're probably not going to stay there for very long, as you hopefully will see massive gains from crypto. Then you can do whatever the heck you want in life. But still, it's obviously not a good sign that she is that full of herself and that really into the idea that she could just get away with this. I mean, you have to be really full of yourself to think you can steal $25,000 and launder it without getting caught. Of course you're going to get caught. So come on, what the heck are you doing? It's time to get roasted. Your costumes are silly. The way you talk in your videos is absolutely preposterous. What the heck? We need to absolutely do that. Matt got a rap Billy. That's funny. And then laughing emojis from Roderick as well. There we go. Hopefully you enjoyed the roast. But yeah, it was funny. I mean, I will say that the meme ability of the video did have some amount of factor there. If she was going for being famous from being made fun of, well, then she actually had somewhat of a decent idea there, because that is one way people can get famous. You can actually make videos that are so utterly bad that people can't help but to watch them and share them. Multiple people have taken advantage of that. There's a number of celebrities right now even who have started off that way and then grown their careers from it. So maybe she's actually smarter than we think. Who knows? But probably not. I mean, okay, definitely not. I was just being a little optimistic, really optimistic there. As we do see more and more happening in the overall market and more interesting things going on, we also have some big updates when it comes to exactly what's happening with the crypto market as a whole. Take a look at this. Bitcoin and Dogecoin are both a little bit of a bump up today, nothing crazy. Dogecoin up 1%, but still up nicely on the week, up 14% to around 16 cents right now, approximately. Solana back over $110, but still nothing crazy in the last 24. Then BNB up nicely this week as well. Some of the biggest gainers at the top include Ethereum up 18%, Bitcoin also up 18%, going up to around 44,000, with Ethereum back over 3,100. And we do have XRP with a huge gainer this week, up 43.40%. XRP obviously is trying to break into the market more so than they have in the past, and this is a clear road forward as some of these lawsuits start to potentially dissipate here. And that would obviously mean there's a straight path forward for XRP to maybe take over some more market cap of crypto. But after this spike, you may want to be a little bit careful if you put your money in at this exact point in time. Why? Because quite simply, after a spike is rarely the best time to go heavily into a crypto unless you see a clear upward trend and a small market cap at the time when you get in, to the point where it has the ability to spike massively afterwards. Matt, Wallace, and Elon Musk, Dogecoin says smile buddy. Then also Anthony with the laughing emojis there. Token will take off only one day big time, or Michael says it'll take off one day big time, and Phil with the rocket emojis there. But yeah, obviously SHIB Army still loves you, Matt, says Kevin. I appreciate that. Obviously I have a lot of respect for the SHIB Army, and that's because of the clear and unprecedented spike that they were able to cause in that coin. I mean, something that really no one could have predicted fully. You can say you knew it was coming, and you can say there was a chance it could happen, which we all knew that, but no one could have predicted it would be able to grow that fast and get that large of a market cap in such a short period of time. So impressive stuff, and I have to take my hat off for what they were able to do with that. Nah, they are too slow. Remember 28%. Oh, you mean Robinhood? Yeah, unfortunately, there are some valid points of criticism against Robinhood, which is that they often miss these opportunities. I think their last Super Bowl commercial, I really personally thought they could have made it significantly better when it comes to targeting the right audiences for crypto with maybe humor or with something involving Dogecoin. But instead, it was so serious. There was nothing funny in it. It wasn't necessarily the most entertaining commercial, and that definitely hurt them because they need that meme energy. They want to have a bunch of people looking at them for the first time, and the commercial didn't really capture that. It didn't have anything that popped off. It didn't make you think about it. It didn't make you want to talk about it on social media. It was just a boring normal commercial, and there's nothing wrong with that if you're going to run it on a normal TV show. But if you're doing the Super Bowl, I highly encourage you, if you're a company, to step up your game massively. I remember back in the day, it used to be you would watch a Super Bowl and pretty much every single commercial was funny, or at least every other commercial, and I loved it. I would love watching the ones with the Doritos where the dog would go lick it, and the different things like that, and the different commercials for different drinks and stuff. They would make it hilarious. It would be fun. And now it's gotten so corporate. It's just the same boring ads you see on normal TV, but now they're paying for slots on actual Super Bowl commercial. It doesn't really have any entertainment value anymore, with the exception of a few. There's like maybe 5 or 10 that you'll see nowadays that'll actually be fun and interesting and entertaining, and then all the rest of them are just boring normal ads that you probably maybe even already seen. Just takes away the fun. Come on, guys, you gotta, if you're paying that much for a commercial, definitely step your game up, make it a really good one. We want to laugh. We want you to make us laugh. Please do it. We're asking nicely. Doge, Shiba is going to pump Super Bowl weekend, says, I don't know about that. I mean, anything could pump Super Bowl weekend. Thomas says, moon. You love to see that. We live in a universe. That's an interesting hashtag coming in from 629 there. I don't know what prompted that hashtag specifically, because yes, we do in fact live in a universe, but I have never before felt an urge to proclaim that to the world. Of course, it seems relatively obvious. The universe that we live in is something that we all share together. So why tweet it? I don't know. Some interesting comments coming in there. Is he talking about the Dr. Dre concert? I was not referring to that, no, but Super Bowl commercials used to be funny. Exactly, Roderick, you're telling me. I mean, it used to be that you would love watching the commercials, and then now some of us will still watch them. I mean, I love watching the game, actually. I think that's the most entertaining part. Some people disagree and only like the commercials, but how can you anymore? I mean, I get it if you used to be that way, and a lot of people just still for the memory of it will still watch, but it's gotten bad. If companies can't understand what the people want anymore, then there's a huge disconnect, and Dogecoin is a clear example of that disconnect, really going way farther than a lot of these people in positions of power could have ever expected it was capable of. We need the frogs back in the Bud Bowl. Interesting stuff coming in, and some rockets there. Matt, thank you so much for helping me out today. I appreciate it. To the moon! Of course, no problem there. Always happy to give some help any way I can. But Caitlin Longs, Wyoming, crypto bank takes a step toward Fed membership. That's really dang cool, because we're starting to see, I know it sounds boring, right? I mean, come on, how's that cool? Well, it's simple. When you see the government embracing crypto in more traditional ways, it means that there's less of a chance that we will see negative outcomes when it comes to legislation. We can't have that. I mean, how could we? It would ruin it. We don't want that. Excuse me while I go do the, you know what, says, that, no, I see. Sometimes I will reference, if you're laying down, if you're sitting down, or wherever the heck you are, or if you're on the you know what, wherever you are, take a second to press the like button. So I believe I get that reference there. I imagine a lot of us who are watching YouTube happen to be on the you know what. The Peter Thomas comment as well, coming in with a chat and a cute dog there. Thank you, Peter, for the love. As we do see more Blinu comments as well. Obviously, Blinu, I'll never stop enjoying talking about that because it's funny. I like Blinu. As we also are seeing Dogecoin itself having a pretty fascinating overall year, but this is the type of energy I was talking about. This is more of the flatness that we've been seeing lately. It has been steadily staying around this area. We've seen some downward trends, some upward trends as it goes back and forth between really around 14 cents for the most part and approximately 25 to 30 cents. And so we're expecting that next bounce to start here. And with that, it could be the one that causes the big run. A lot of people, when Dogecoin did spike this first time, weren't expecting it whatsoever. I mean, almost no one was able to call this. We actually were the only YouTube channel in the entire world that was making videos on Dogecoin every single day before this happened. So if it was predictable, more people would have been doing that, obviously. Ever rise, aptly named, keeps rising, says John. Well, it's not gonna, no coin will rise forever, but yeah, it actually has been impressive that they've had a pretty great chart. It's looked good. I have to admit that. I have looked into that. Matt says Carlos with the 3 exclamation points. Hello to you, Carlos, with 3 exclamation points. How about that? Then oh yeah, that stuff. So someone said it was luck that we predicted Dogecoin. Not really. Because think about it, I was only making videos on one thing, it was Dogecoin, because I genuinely believed in it. And if you go back and watch those videos, I wasn't just randomly talking, I was saying, here are the specific points why I think it can spike. Here are the specific reasons. Here's why I think you should be looking at Dogecoin way more as an investment. And all of the things I predicted actually came true specifically. So it wasn't just random, it really was an actual vision that came true, and some things that were random did happen that no one could have predicted, but the overall thing, the overall energy, the overall fun part of it, that actually was something that was predictable, and we did do it early, which is one of the reasons why we've had so much fun over the last year. UFOs X Doge says 629. Oh wow, he's really coming in with the interesting comments there that I like to read. Actually, those are fun. Woof, longtime holder and trader, says Chad Williams, as we are also taking a look at some really crazy things happening in the private sector with cryptocurrency. Mark Cuban, by the way, has now been looking into way more startups. He's interested at this point in a new one, which is a Seattle fintech startup. Basically, if you want an opportunity to get extremely rich extremely fast, all you have to do is come up with a concept, an idea when it comes to technology, then find a large investor and pitch them on it and get them on board. Now, that sounds either really easy or really difficult, depending on how much experience you have with doing anything remotely like that. And the truth is, it's a little bit of both. It is difficult. I've actually had some experiences where I have pitched large investors on stuff. I have had experiences with that. And the hard part is actually getting to the point where your reputation allows you to get in the door with some of these people. That's the hard part. Once you have that reputation, though, it's not as hard as you may think to actually have a massive startup and make it successful. People do it all the time. It's just a matter of being ambitious and thinking that you're capable of it, having an idea that's a little bit different. And if you think that, well, maybe you're actually right. And there's a good chance you are. Shiba Doge says, KBB there with the chat. And Steven Steele, the YouTuber there who is saying, I've accepted the position as Dean of Admissions at the Institute of Technology of Science. Doge is the only currency accepted there. They are the very... they're the best in education. Yeah, I agree. He used a different word there, a funny word. To the moon, says Steven Steele. Yeah, his channel is obviously fun to watch. I like Steven. We all like your sense of humor. But the Dean of Admissions, Steven, please let me into your college there. I would love to get in. Actually, Steven, we haven't talked in a while. Actually, send me a text. Let's catch up a little bit. But I mean, with that, the truth is, the reason why I'm saying that, I just want you to let me into the Institute of Technology and Science. I just want you to let me in very badly. I would like to have a full scholarship, all $69,000 of the tuition money paid in full. So please hook me up with that, Steven. Would definitely appreciate it. Take a look at the Shiba Doge chart, says Christina. It looks like we have a bunch of people from some coins coming in here. But anyway, hopefully you have a good night. If you want to look at some of the best early opportunities in crypto, definitely come check out the Patreon link in the pinned comment and description. I'm Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.